Once a year, Mastercard tackles brand new topics relevant to the payment industry. The company's 9th Mastercard Talk with the headline Next Tech, the future of technology and cybersecurity, welcomed individuals from all areas of Austria's economic and business sectors.
I think what's crucial in these times is that you have trusted partnerships to rely on, to mitigate this uncertainty, and we certainly aim to be such a trusted partner, and we'll do everything and we'll strive to be that for you.
Just a generation ago, cyberspace was a term only known from science fiction. Today, our way of life hugely depends on the internet.
Today's topic is cybersecurity. You may ask, okay, we're all payment, why would we talk about cybersecurity? We have our security procedures in place and fraud is there, but it's not that bad. But that's another thing that is changing, and we'll hear tonight a very different view on cybersecurity and how to think about it.
Peter Warnsinger is an American cybersecurity expert and political scientist. He is considered one of the world's leading experts on security in the 21st century.
So the challenge of what Mastercard asked me to come speak to you is about essentially how the world is changing, not just in cybersecurity, but in technology and security overall.
Hardly any other topic has become as important so fast and affects as many people at the same time while being understood so little about. Especially for companies in the payment sector, cybersecurity has a leading role.
At Mastercard, we believe that safety and security is tremendously important for us to protect the ecosystem and maintain the trust in the whole payment ecosystem. We have different security protocols and practices using different authentication, data encryption, tokenization, different means of authentication to protect and safeguard the consumer.
Peter Warnsinger outlined a range of exciting and disturbing trends and technologies that will make the 21st century noticeable and stand out.
I consult for a video game company. The video game is called Metal Gear Solid, and one of the characters in it has a robotic arm. A gentleman who lost his arm in the real world approached the company and said, "I'd like to build a version of it." So the video game company paid him to build a version of it. His arm has an Apple smartphone in the wrist and flies a drone off the shoulder.
But how are these new technologies impacting companies in Austria?
I think this evening gave us the opportunity. I'm in the retail business, and we focus quite a lot in the retail business on multi-channel behavior patterns, and mainly on e-commerce. So the evening today actually gives me a lot of insight that we have actually to look much more into the inside of our organization, not only on the e-commerce behavior.
So I'd put two things out there for a company like Mastercard to think about. The first is an overall philosophy, and in cybersecurity there's a lot of discussion of defense or deterrence, keep the bad guys out or scare the bad guys away. That's a losing proposition. Instead, what we need to build is an overall philosophy of resilience. The second thing that I'd put out there, and it's part of this strategy, is understanding the trends that are coming, because the choices we make today are going to shape how well we are equipped to deal with them later on. One of the most important ones for the internet itself, but arguably for the payment industry, is the shift to the Internet of Things. And so I think it raises the challenge for the industry, because this is the way we're going to use computers, not just to communicate, but they're going to be woven into our lives.